Very good morning, eminent panel members on the dais, dignitaries, all the participants. Thank you very much, Resonance Energy, for giving this opportunity to speak and put my thoughts. As we are gathered here to discuss, deliberate on city gas distribution, I feel I am one of those fortunate who have directly associated with the city gas distribution business for almost over a decade. And understanding the thing, I would like to put my perspective. The city gas distribution entities or city gas distribution business is the next torchbearer of the growth of gas business in India. As we know, initially you need the anchor loads, anchor customers. When the gas business or my earlier employer, my first organization, GAIL, was born in 80s, for gas business to grow, the anchor loads, anchor customers like fertilizer, power, refineries, and later then petrochemical were required. To some extent, I would say, I won't say it's saturated. We are over 1.4 billion people, and our consumption of energy is 1/3. Our consumption of petrochemical is 1/3 of the global average. So we have lot more to go. The prosperity, knowledge, and the working capacity of human being, the way India is blessed with, and this decade, next, I would say next couple of decades would belong to India. And India needs the energy to grow. And where from this energy comes, many a time I have been listening to many speakers, gas is a bridge fuel. I personally feel it's not a bridge fuel. It's fuel to bridge the gap of the growth, where India is at 1/3 pedestal of the global average. Leave aside the developed economies. So where from this growth is going to come? It is coming in this next 5 to 10 years from city gas distribution, where India is being connected every demand center. Now coming to the point, it is not last leg, it is actually the co-creator of the value. We have been speaking on domestic PNG, CNG, and recently converting adversity into the opportunity. We have seen every adversity bring in some opportunity for few players. And perhaps CGD, rightly so, the government recognizes it's not only the priority in allocation, but almost maintaining the energy is the need for human being, and that is the city gas distribution entities has been at the helm of affairs. And of course, when Chatiwal Saab is here, he will explain when he speak more, without infringing on his rights to speak on those topics. I would say the traditional way of connecting industrial, commercial connections, because those are traditionally the anchor customer for the CGD. Yes, that remain, but the new sector and the new way of developing this sector and making India a gas-based economy, and it's not a tagline. It makes huge economic sense for the country which is import dependent. As we have seen in this adversity, war adversity, India has been importing out of 33 million ton LPG consumption in this country, except 11 million ton which is being produced by domestic organizations, remaining 22 million ton is being imported. Similarly, around 53-54% of gas consumption is import. Crude, except 15%, almost 85% or 88% crude is being imported. So even a fraction of that energy is replaced by gas, even in import, it saves around 30-40% of forex. And every one of us present here would agree the forex saved is not a simple thing. it affect directly our lives, cost of living. The way rupee depreciate, every item which we use in day to day becomes costly. End of the day, our saving potential goes down, our buying power goes down. Now that's why I say CGD is not just a CGD, it is a co-creator of the value. At national level, I am talking, it saves huge forex by replacing crude oil based. Number two, I see LNG as a fuel for not only heavy commercial vehicle, LNG as a connectivity medium, what my predecessor Mr. Pasricha and Nagisa was telling. The connectivity is in specifically the country geography like India, where the hilly terrain to the coastal region, coastal regulations and everything is there. And as Nagisa in the beginning told, per square kilometer pipeline density of India is much less than the world. I still see a big opportunity into it. Those were the traditional days when LNG business was not developed so much, and those countries were constrained to develop the natural gas pipeline almost everywhere. Perhaps now we are in that era. The connectivity through virtual pipelines of LNG supply and converting the huge M and HCV segment, heavy trucks and even mining equipment, provides tremendous opportunity not only for CGD, the whole value chain, and I'll not dwell too much. And while I am an engineering student, but I love economics. And every ecosystem works on a co-creation of value, win-win situation. This country have around 50 lakh heavy duty trucks. Even if you convert 1 lakh trucks or buses or heavy duty vehicles, it has potential of quickly utilizing 3 million ton of LNG. Meaning by at the first leg, it creates value for the importing ports. Roughly 100 crore per 3 million ton is created for importing port as a port charges. LNG terminals, even if you consider 70 rupees per MMBTU of average tariff for 1 million ton, around 355 crore, and for 3 million ton over 1000 crore revenue it creates for LNG terminal. Now comes to the CGD. Leave aside the present turmoil time. Given the situation, country has around 32.5 million ton long-term contracts in place. Down the line, leaving aside what will happen, whether the real damage or how much capacity has been damaged in this war, but as we are aware, going down the line, next 27 onward, there is a surplus capacity and prices are supposed to remain moderate. In that situation, even if at $9 to $10 per MMBTU LNG delivered at Indian port, and let's consider the present diesel prices, even at 20% discount to diesel, prices of LNG per kg should be around 75 to 76 with 20% discount to diesel. It should provide approximately 14 to 15 rupees per kg gross margin. Gross margin, I am saying cost of gas, complete till transportation at the LNG dispensing station. Meaning by per million ton, the CGD companies have a margin of 1500 crore or 4500 crore for 1 lakh trucks. Nevertheless, it is not the end of the story. Every truck saves around 4 lakh per year by shifting from diesel to LNG, meaning by 1 lakh truck, resultant saving of 4,000 crore per year to the truck fleet owners. Then question comes, why it has not picked up till date? Yes, it is the chicken and egg story. Infrastructure has to proceed, and I think the larger companies has the larger role, and also the boil off was one of the reason why LNG use in fleet was not developing. Now CGDs has an edge, though anyone can set up LNG dispensing station, but boil off is initial ghost which doesn't permit anyone or everyone to set up LNG dispensing station in the initial stage till the gas consumption per day reaches around 5,000 kg per day at every station. But CGDs have virtual city gate station kind of situation. Every LNG dispensing station can become virtual CGS for every city gas distribution. So you, till LNG becomes the common fuel, you use it for LCNG, you use it for domestic PNG, commercial PNG and industrial PNG. Nonetheless, I have personally, I am one of those fortunate few, those as a test case from conceptualization to commissioning. I have commissioned 4 LNG dispensing stations, and not as head of marketing of Petronet LNG. I was one of those because these were the first thing, and being set up in remote places, I was on the ground to experience it and motivate the team. This opportunity of virtual connectivity provides city gas distribution companies and every stakeholder a tremendous opportunity. But above all, it gives huge opportunity of sustainability and the country achieving its carbon neutrality by 2070. Reason being 3 million ton of LNG, meaning by roughly reducing CO2 emission by 1.8 million ton. How come? Every kg of LNG roughly mean 0.54 kg or 0.55 kg of CO2 reduction. So I am not saying just simply some Google numbers. Around 24% CO2 emission reduction as compared to diesel, meaning by 2.55 into 0.25 multiplied by 3 million ton, it makes more than 1.8 million ton CO2 reduction. And as we are aware of, as a thumb rule, even if you consider 5,000 crore per million ton of CO2 capturing cost, it means roughly 9,000 crore saving at carbon capture. देखिए हर चीज में कुछ भी बोलें, धंधा चलता है, पैसा जब तक नहीं है no one is going to invest into it. But when you see the value for everyone, it creates the ecosystem. I see the time is for CGD, virtual connectivity, and fortunately, I am now working with Petronet LNG as a president and have been heading LNG business for last 6+ years, and recently now I have been entrusted with the developing the new business for PLL, that is the Petronet LNG's petrochemical marketing. I say petrochemical is just an extension, it's a commodity. I want to assure the CGDs, Petronet is proactively doing everything what it requires to provide that connectivity. We were having 4 at Dahej, 2 at Kochi. Proactively we have made 6 at Dahej and 4 at Kochi, and with the pace of LNG truck filling. We are about to commission up to 40 LNG filling bays at PLL's present 2 terminal and upcoming terminal at Gopalpur. So I want to assure the capacity should not be any constraint. Nonetheless, PLL is expanding its LNG import facilities and regasification facilities. We are coming up with third jetty to increase the number of ships which can berth when India need it. Our 5 MMTPA regasification capacity is in final stages of commissioning. The haze will be from 17.5 to 22.5. We are coming up with 5 million ton at Gopalpur, and with these 3 terminal at Triangle, we will be contributing to the country's energy security, catering to demand at every nook and corner. I am not saying it's only Petronet doing. The Petronet's promoters are also doing great, tremendous work. India would have been in a huge, tremendous crisis had GAIL wouldn't have had, IOCL wouldn't have had the diversified portfolio of sourcing from US. So, in LNG, it's not only source diversification, it is the pricing diversification also. So, GAIL, IOCL has done, GAIL majorly has done Henry Hub based sourcing and from US. And believe me, this adversity, if we wouldn't have had those contracts away from Middle East, we would have been in a deep soup. LPG, as I told, Strait of Hormuz, yes, we are highly dependent. Around 15 million ton LPG is being imported from Strait of Hormuz, meaning by 300 ships. And most of us must be, our Nanda and Karib, around 5 ships has passed Strait of Hormuz because they are Indian flag and they are Indian entities and government entities which have the larger responsibility. That's the reason I feel fortunate, have grown up, born professionally in a PSU setup, which have the larger responsibility of serving the nation when adversity comes. Shipping corporations or GAIL or IOCL, they don't look purely on their pet. They look serving the nation when it needed the most. So thank you. Everyone is contributing in this growth story. Thank you, Resonance, for organizing such events where people can discuss, deliberate, and I will fall short of my duty of thanking the regulator. The regulator in India is really doing fantastic. Many things which were never imagined when I was in CGD 2008. In the initial phase, I thank Negi Saab for giving me that opportunity in almost all initial regulations. He was kind enough to keep me in a committee of regulation formulation. Sir, what you created a foundation in regulator, the current decision makers, members, chairman have taken it much further. The kind of flexibility, the kind of facilitation the regulator has been providing, and the MOPNG has shown recently in this adversity. Everything second but gas, so that we tide over the crisis of LPG. We tide over the crisis of crude. Thank you. Though MOPNG is not there, but the current secretary, Dr. Neeraj Mittal, who is an old hand of ministry for last around 2011, he was there at Director GP and then JSGP. Before that, he has handled the OMC portfolio, JS marketing. And now the way things are, the way CGD has gone, the real priority, I would like to salute MOPNG and the regulator. So every stakeholder has been doing its the best to make this sector grow, and this sector grow mean whole country grow. As I told, every stakeholder is earning value out of it. Thank you very much.